They want you to believe they're untouchable, that your absence doesn't affect them, that they moved on without a scratch. But narcissists aren't made of steel. They're made of glass, fragile, shiny, full of reflections. And when the supply is gone, that glass shatters. You can make a narcissist suffer, not through revenge, but through healing, through walking away, through reclaiming your peace. And how do you know they're suffering? Let's go over the 6 brutal signs that the narcissist is spiraling, and that your silence has more power than you ever imagined. Sign number 1, their rage is no longer controlled. Once, their anger was weaponized. They use it like a surgeon's blade, targeted, quiet, terrifying. Now, it's a grenade. They lash out over spilled coffee, misread texts, even minor delays, and not behind closed doors, in public. With people they used to control, friends, family, co-workers. You might hear that they caused a scene at a dinner party or blew up on a manager at work. And suddenly, the ones who once excused their behavior start distancing. Because this kind of rage isn't strategic anymore. It's reactive. It's emotional chaos. Why? Because they lost control over you. And when they can't control you, they can't control anything. It's just a tantrum. It's proof. You disrupted the core illusion they built their identity around. If you've seen this, you know how surreal it feels. You don't even recognize them anymore, but maybe for the first time, you're seeing who they really are. Sign 2, they're making sloppy mistakes. Narcissists used to be smooth. Every story rehearsed, every move calculated, but lately, they're falling apart. They forget their lies, they contradict themselves, they say one thing one week, and the opposite the next. People will start to notice, oh wait, didn't you say that last month? And the narcissist freezes. Why are they messing up? Because your detachment triggered a deeper spiral. Their mind is no longer in control mode, it's in panic mode. You may hear about them losing jobs, spending recklessly, pushing away people they once love-bombed. This isn't bad luck. This is what happens when a narcissist runs out of emotional fuel. What you're witnessing here is something called narcissistic injury. It's not just emotional discomfort, it's a direct threat to their identity. Narcissists built their entire self-worth on external validation. When that admiration disappears, especially from someone they once controlled, it creates a deep, unbearable wound. They don't know how to sit with shame, so instead they spiral. And you are the trigger. It's messy, it's visible, and it's all happening without you having to say a single word. Sign 3, rapid reinvention. They used to have a clear identity. The charming business person, the spiritual guide, the relatable artist. Now, every month they become someone new. You see them post things like, just quit my job to follow my true passion, or rebranding everything, new me, new mission. But don't be fooled. This isn't transformation. It's escapism. They are running from the version of themselves that you exposed. And when a narcissist feels exposed, they don't reflect. They reinvent. New friend groups, new obsessions, new lies. Why? Because they're trying to outrun the truth. And deep down, they know they can't. If you ever thought, wow, they moved on fast, they didn't. They just swapped masks. Let me paint a picture for you. You've been no contact for a couple of months. You're healing, rebuilding your peace. Then a mutual friend sends you a video. Your ex is suddenly a trauma coach, crying on camera about their inner growth, tagging inspirational quotes and journaling prompts. You wonder, are they really changing? Were they the victim all along? But then you remember how they gaslit, mocked your emotions and made fun of therapy. Now they are preaching it. That is not growth, that's theft. They're trying to reclaim control over your narrative, but copying your healing. And if you're seeing this, it means your power is still echoing in the world, even in your silence. Sign 4, exaggerated fake happiness. Suddenly, their social media is glowing. Perfect selfies, exotic trips, new love, big smiles, captioned with things like, finally at peace. No drama, just good vibes. But you can't see it. It's too much, too polished, too fake. That is not healing. That's performance. They don't want you to see their peace. They want you to feel excluded from it. They want you to doubt your decision to walk away. But here's the truth. If they were really content, they wouldn't be staging a play for your attention. That ring they post with their new supply, That beach photo with the forced smile, it's all crafted for you. Because the truth is, they're not over it. They're not over the fact that you no longer care. Sign 5. They start mimicking you. You start to notice that they've picked up your hobbies, your phrases, your energy, even your healing language. They mocked you before for being sensitive, for setting boundaries, for journaling, or going to therapy. Now, they're posting about self-love, telling people they are empaths. It's not real, it's a copy. They want to reclaim the power you now hold, so they try to become you. Because in their mind, if they can't control you, maybe they can replace you. But it never works, because mimicry can't replace authenticity. You grew, they are pretending. Sign 6. Their manipulations no longer work. This is the most powerful one. The guilt trips fall flat, the silent treatment doesn't scare you, the gaslighting doesn't work, you see it now. You used to question yourself. Now you question them. And when their old tricks fail, they panic. You'll notice them escalate or go completely silent. Not because they are in control, but because they are out of options. You're no longer a puppet. You cut the strings, and that silence you hear is not power, it's helplessness. If you've come this far, it means you're ready for the truth most people overlook. So let me give you 2 more signs, 2 deeper, more haunting truths that reveal just how much the narcissist is really suffering, even when they pretend they're not. You may not see this one, but it's there. The insomnia, the racing thoughts, the paranoia, they're not sleeping, they're overthinking. Every silence from you becomes a scream in their head. Did they move on? Are they telling other people what I did? Did they figure out who I really am? You become a ghost that they cannot exorcise. And the irony? They once made you lose sleep. Now you haunt them. They scroll your page at 3 a.m., staring at your piece like it's a crime scene. This isn't guilt, it's obsession wrapped in fear. Because the one thing they fear most is being exposed, and silence is the loudest threat of all. Sign number 8, obsessing over your success. Healing made you glow. You picked yourself up, you're rebuilding, and they see it. Even if they blocked you, they're watching. Through fake accounts, through mutuals, they hear about the promotion, the vacation, the smile in your photos, and they cannot stand it. Not because they miss you, but because you're proving that they never truly broke you. They used to believe they were your peak. Now you are thriving without them. That's the final blow. They were the chapter you had to close to become the main character. Breathe. This is not about gloating. It's not about revenge. It's about recognizing how far you've come. Narcissistic abuse makes you feel powerless. It convinces you that your worth is tied to how much pain you can endure. But the fact that they are spiraling means you've broken the cycle. You're not weak. You're not forgettable. You are someone they couldn't replace. And even if they pretend otherwise, you will always be the one who woke them up to their own emptiness. That is not petty. That's power. Now pause for a second. Out of all signs, how many have you noticed? Was it their sudden rage that gave it away? Or maybe you started seeing the fakeness in public performance, the borrowed words, the slip-ups. The truth is, 1 or 2 signs can be subtle. But when multiple patterns start to show up, that is not a coincidence. That's exposure. And if you're seeing the mask fall apart from a distance, it means your silence has become the loudest message you've ever sent. Each of these signs is a crack in their illusion, a symptom of the chaos behind the mask. But the most important sign of all, you don't need them anymore. You're not waiting for closure. You're not seeking revenge. You're reclaiming yourself. And that, more than anything, is what makes them suffer. And here's what most people don't realize. The narcissist's downfall is only one part of your story. The next chapter, that's about you. Your boundaries, your voice, your life, without their shadow looming over you. So if you're ready to explore how survivors rebuild after the storm, hit the subscribe button.